Alright, welcome to another episode of What is George Doing to His Car? I'm not going to put any echo effect on that, even though it was kind of cool. Hood is off again, which means something is going on under here. Well, it's so easy to take the hood off and gives you so much more access here. 4 little bolts, the hood comes off. So we talked about this valve cover before. George is going to put the new valve cover on, and this plastic has been removed and not put back correctly. This is always a telltale sign when somebody's worked on it.
Yeah, that's like not where it's supposed to be.
It's got different clips in it. It's not clipping back together here. This is off here, and it makes it look worse than it really is, and it's just a case of clipping this stuff back. But to get the valve cover off, you got to take this plastic off. There is a metal tray under there, then you have access to the valve cover. So we'll kind of show you that along the way. First off, let's take a look at the valve cover that you're going to put on this thing. So that's it. This is a used JDM valve cover. It's nice. It's the classic JDM Honda red. Just looks really nice. It's in good shape. There's a few scrapes here, but I think it's definitely going to look good in that engine bay.
Yeah, the genuine red's always a nice red. This is the same thing I did on the EP3. We had a motor come in and someone wanted a black valve cover, so rather than send out the red one, I sent out my silver EP3 valve cover and kept the red one for the EP3. So.
And it looks good. It's going to look good against the blue.
The red's going to look really nice.
Yeah. And the fact that we have the additional holes, we can bolt more things to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the oil cap, the good thing is, when the oil cap's in, you're not going to be able to get to it because it's going to be back there.
It actually goes that way because the timing belt's on this side on
That's
the K-Series.
right. Flip that around. Yeah. But that looks good. I'm happy with that. I think we should do it.
It's been real nice.
This is the next modification right here. This is known as the umbrella mod.
Yeah, let's see if I can put a hole in the door. I'm sure like the Bentleys and Rolls Royces have. So you press the button and the umbrella comes out of the door.
That's going in it. So this is the valve cover. I know you guys are screaming at the computer. That's a B-Series valve cover. That's not going to fit. That car has a K-Series in it. You know when I say K-Series, most people owning Apple phones start to stop the video and wait for you to give them a command because it sounds like, "Hey Siri." Ask me how I know. My phone does it all the time. This is the color he went with, and it looks lighter in the camera. Look at that. It doesn't even look like the same color. This is a darker blue, and I mean it almost matches the car. Of course it looks different in this light. If I go out into the sun, now you can kind of see the color. It's a really pretty color. It's the same color as we did the valve cover on the white Civic that went to Curacao, which is one of our favorite blues. This is the color I decided to go with. This was done by AB Powder Coat. Get a hold of those guys. They can take your valve cover, ship it to them, they can coat it and ship it back to you. They do our valve covers. They do a fantastic job. So it's funny when I come back into this light, the color changes.
Goes light blue again?
Yeah, it goes to a lighter blue. Actually, when you see the shadows. But this is going to replace that one right there. It's basically the same thing. And again, it's buried back there, which kind of sucks because you're not going to see all of it. You're only going to see this first part. But when it's clean and it's pretty and it's blue, it should stand out a little bit from back there. So let's go ahead and get this apart and see if there's any more surprises under there. So once you remove that big metal piece and of course the plastic piece, you can get to the valve cover, which is what it looks like under here. Everything looking good under here?
Looks well enough. Not extremely tinted by any means.
No, that's good. I always like to see that. Yeah, it looks like it's got real nice silver cast look. You see that right there? That turns like a gold color when it hasn't had frequent oil changes. This too, it all changes. It kind of dyes the metal, changes it all to bronze looking. So that's always a good indication it's had regular oil changes. This is something you never know when you buy a used car. You never really know the history. So it's kind of like you got to take someone's word for it. So it's good to actually see everything looking good under there. Nice. So now you're prepping the valve cover. Of course, always put a new gasket kit on when you do this. Let's go ahead and show you the part number. This is the gasket kit. That is the number. Make sure you do get that. This comes with the tube seals and the rubber with the washers there, and of course the valve cover gasket here. So that's everything you need. Replace everything when you take your valve cover off. Don't try and cheap out and reuse your old gasket because you will end up doing the job twice. That's the old valve cover. This is going to be quite the transformation. Look at that. And then look at that, that's a big difference. So it's back together, and look how much better it looks. And like we were saying, you remember all the cowl was all jacked up, it wasn't put back together right. That makes a big difference, just snapping it back and having everything line up like it should. We're gonna refinish this, we're gonna dye it like we talked about on some of our past episodes, how we've dyed seats and dyed plastic. We'll show you how to do it on this one, because we're trying to show you and share some knowledge here. This looks like could probably use refinishing, repainting, and of course the manifold is probably coming. We talked about that. Plans are to possibly pull this manifold off, cut it open, pour it, put it back together, either paint it, powder coat it, something, so that will look pretty. It's just little by little, and this is common of a car of this age. You know, nobody comes under here and cleans and polishes this. It just gets old over time, but it looks so much better. And with that black cover too, it suits that valve cover really well. I like it.
And this is also dyed.
You did that too?
Yeah, with our plastic dye.
Yeah.
I did that a long time ago, and I just never used it.
Yeah, this would usually be orange, which just looks goofy. In black with this, I like that a lot. But yeah, this refinish that. That pulley assembly, we've talked about that on other cars. Take that apart, refinish that. The engine bit really starts to come together. And this will look better when it's pulled apart and dyed too, but just having it clip back like it should do makes a world of difference. We see this a lot. We know when a car's being apart because this is all messed up. It doesn't seem like anybody knows how to put these things back together. So there it is. Go ahead and comment below. We want to keep you guys engaged. We want to entertain you too. What else do you think we should do? Of course, this is going to get done. The brakes are still on an upcoming episode. We're going to try and share a little bit of knowledge about doing the brakes, because it is something that you can do in your driveway. Intake is done, header's done, exhaust is done. We didn't do the exhaust, but we're happy with it. If you watched that last episode, you'll know that we don't want to drop the exhaust again. I think I still give myself permanent hear loss. My right ear has never been right since, but I shouldn't say that too much because my wife reminds me all the time, and after seeing that video.
Yeah, but if she watches the videos.
If she watches that video.
I can say whatever I want, my wife's not going to watch this.
She watched that video, and now she's complaining why I keep saying, what? What? It's George's car.
Yeah.
So there we go. Battery is still down there, by the way. Watch the episode of the intake. We'll talk about the battery. But it's been a fun series. No, I shouldn't say it's been. It is a fun series because it's ongoing. It's a continue. It's almost like it's like taking on a legs of its own. What else we're going to do next? We do have to talk about refinishing those badges. We're going to make an episode about those.
I'll do that eventually.
Paint correction, you're still kind of working on. You took a little bit of a break. Things have been kind of busy, but paint correction is still going on. And this is such a pretty color. When that is all cleaned up and polished and shined, this is a beautiful color.
Pretty water blue.
It really is. And it's almost as pretty as that. That made such the difference.
Yeah, now I got to get better nuts. I had a couple of black ones that I've been stashing.
Yeah.
I got to go to the junkyard and get those. They're also off of an 06 to 11 Civic, but off of the LX, EX, whatever. They hold the coils down on the 1.8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what that's from.
Yeah. If you look through the part numbers, search around, I think I got them for the Integra, and I think I got 01 to 05 Civic.
I think they also hold down the coils on that car.
Yeah. They're about $1 and change a nut, but they do look so much better. Look at that.
If you go to the junkyard, you can take those off every Civic out there, and you know, however you choose to get out of the junkyard is up to you. I'm not going to.
You tell the man, hey, listen, I got these nuts off a car out there. How much for it? Yeah. He'll charge you about $15, and then
take a yellow paint pen and put a dot right on
no, you have black nuts with a yellow dot, and of course he's going to charge you a recycle fee and a waste disposal fee. You'll get out there for about $25.
And a core charge. You have to bring all these nuts back.
Yeah, you need a core. Yeah, if not, if you don't bring the nuts, I'm going to charge you a core. It's going to cost you $30. Call your Honda dealership. They're about $1.50 a nut. Absolutely worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've already done those.
Yeah, those actually come on the car. On this car, those are black.
They are black. Yeah. The one back there, of course, if you're Rose, you're going to change it.
I did that one because I'm not going to be able to get to it without pulling the cowl off again.
Yeah. But replace all of those. That makes a world. Just the little final touches. It's all in the detail. But it's coming soon. More is coming. Stay tuned. You know what the deal is. Click the subscribe. Hit the like. We'll see you on the next video.